2 weeks ago on the channel, we covered the HK Mark 23, a pistol that was built for war and used to devastating effect in Sicario. This week, we're back with its little brother.
Hello and welcome to Hollywood Guns. I'm your host Wilson. Whether you're into action flicks, classic thrillers, or unforgettable TV shows, this is the place where movie magic meets real-world firearms.
And the movie this pistol is most iconically associated with? You've been asking it for months in the comments. Directed by Michael Mann and filmed in glorious cinematic Super 35mm with the same visual style that made Heat an instant classic. Jamie Foxx plays Max, an everyday man, a taxi driver in the wrong place at the wrong time, and his fate crosses with a true apex predator, Vincent, a cold, efficient and utterly ruthless hitman. And it's Tom Cruise who brings Vincent to life in a massive departure from his usual hero roles, proving that as an actor, he really can do it all. And then there's that scene, the one every gun guy in the world knows by heart. But the real co-star of this movie? It's the pistol, built and tested to the same demanding standards as the Mark 23. And today, we'll be analysing every scene and every shot it's fired in, and scoring it by the usual rules of Hollywood Guns firearm accuracy. So place your bets. How will the gun's performance rate? And how does Tom Cruise's portrayal stack up against the all-time greats? I think you're gonna be surprised. So let's get into it. This is Vincent's HK USP 45 from the epic movie Collateral.
Yo, homie. That my briefcase?
Is your briefcase? Yeah, it is. Why, you want it back?
What else you got for me? Huh?
Fuck! Background and history of the firearm. The Heckler & Koch, hey, I got it right this week, USP, short for Universal Self-Loading Pistol, was introduced in the early 1990s as HK's next-generation handgun for both military and law enforcement use. Development began in 1989, and from the very start, the USP was built with two things in mind: unmatched durability and adaptability. HK wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel, they were trying to beat Glock at its own game while delivering that tank-like HK engineering. While this one is in 45 ACP, the USP was designed to handle the high pressures of the then new 40 Smith & Wesson from day one. In fact, it was one of the first pistols built around the 40 caliber instead of adapting a 9mm to it. HK also engineered the gun with a proprietary recoil system, a polymer buffer that extends service life and soaks up felt recoil. One of the standout features of the USP was modularity. HK designed a control system that could be configured in over a dozen trigger and safety variants. You could have it cocked and locked like a 1911, run it with a double action, single action, and a decocker, or even go double action only. And that flexibility made it ideal for military, police, and special forces around the globe. The USP passed brutal testing trials, including those set by the US government's Offensive Handgun Weapon System program. While that contract ultimately led to the beefier Mark 23 for SOCOM, the USP inherited much of the same DNA, just in a more practical, duty-sized package. By the mid-1990s, the USP had been adopted by the German Federal Police, the Bundeswehr Special Units, and a wide range of international agencies, and it also gained a foothold with American law enforcement, particularly in the 40 Smith & Wesson trim. Oh, I'd also like to show you another gun that features heavily in the movie. Vincent uses this gun after he loses the USP during the car crash, and he takes it from the desk guard at the Federal Building as he hunts down his final target, Annie, played by Jada Pinkett.
Oh, wow!
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Drop me a comment if you know what this pistol is, and give me some of your favourite movies and TV shows that it appeared in, and then I can make a top 5 episode on it.
Welcome to the intermission. Whilst I get on with the housekeeping, please take a look at some of these other movie guns and enjoy them. First up, I'd like to thank Sonoran Desert Institute. If you've ever wanted to take your passion for firearms to the next level, whether that's gunsmithing, shooting sports management, or learning about commercial drone operations, SDI has flexible online programs that can help you. Use the link in the pinned comment for more information. And also my own merchandise. If you like this content and want to support the channel, you can purchase an exclusive t-shirt that I designed, like this one, in the YouTube store, or find it via my website, hollywoodguns.com. And I'd also like to thank Guns International, the absolute best online location to track down regular rare and collectible firearms without bidding wars or middlemen. You can browse listings, compare prices, and pick up some beautiful pistols like this Beretta 92. This one is an SB, but these have been used in numerous movies like The Matrix, Lethal Weapon, and Die Hard.
Accuracy of Firearms portrayal of the USP-45 in Collateral. As always, let's break down the scenes where Vincent uses the USP and see how realistic or not they are compared to what we'd expect in the real world across 3 categories. So place your bets.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll make it 600.
Firearms Capacity. We see Tom Cruise fire the USP in 2 main scenes, the legendary Yo Homie confrontation and the chaos at Club Fever where Vincent goes after his 4th target, Peter Lim. So let's break it down. In the Yo Homie scene, Vincent fires exactly 6 shots. No issues here, totally legit, and the USP uses a standard 12-round magazine, and with 1 in the chamber, he's got 13 to play with. But Club Fever? That's where we run into some trouble. First, Vincent neutralizes one of Felix's assassins. 4 shots fired. He's momentarily restrained by Lim's guards, but once he breaks free, another attacker opens up on him with a Steyr SPP. Vincent responds with 6 more rounds. He gets up, transitions smoothly, and puts 3 more into another guard, which should then empty the mag. But he fires. 2 shots at the shotgun-wielding thug, 2 more at Lim's final bodyguard, and 1 into Lim himself. That's 6 additional rounds, 18 in total, all from the same magazine, and then he reloads. Now, running a fresh magazine, he gives Lim a proper 3-round Mozambique for good measure, As the crowd panics and the music fades out, Vincent disappears into the chaos. Outside, Max escapes with Detective Fanning until Vincent executes him too with another precise 3-round burst.
You're okay, you're okay.
Let's go!
That's 6 rounds from the second mag, no problem there. But the first magazine, 18 shots. And here's the issue. Michael Mann is known for meticulous firearm realism. Just look at Heat. The Club Fever sequence plays out as one continuous real-time scene, and there's no opportunity for an off-camera reload. So can we talk around this in some way? Sure, people will point out to the 17-round 45 ACP extended magazines that exist, but they stick way out of the mag well, and that's not what we see on screen. Could it have been a 9mm conversion? Possibly. Many productions use 9mm for blanks. It cycles better, it's cheaper, and yes, there were 17-round 9mm mags available for the USP at the time. And if that's the case, with one in the pipe, we're golden. But the film doesn't tell us that or mention it at all. The actual prop looks like a standard 45, and the assumption, especially from the dialogue and weapons handling, is that it's chambered in 45 ACP. And here's where that hurts. In other episodes, I've handed out F grades for this exact issue. Some of you in the comments, though, thought that this was harsh and maybe a bit too nitpickety. But 5 rounds over? That's kind of not a rounding error. And yeah, I get it. This scene rules. The cinematography is incredible, the tension in action is perfect, and the USP choreography is really tight. But unfortunately, it's a grade F.
What's going with my work? Let's see what else you can do.
Caliber capability.
We're into plan B. Still breathing?
Now we gotta make the best of it. Improvise, adapt to the environment, Darwin, shit happens, I Ching, whatever, man. We gotta roll with it.
Well, this section is quick and easy to score. Every target in the movie receives multiple rounds, and in most cases it's exactly 3. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. And as you know already, that's the classic Mozambique drill, also known as the failure drill.
Why do you say that? 1 pattern, 2 in the sternum, 1 in the head. And this cat, he's shooting tight groups too. All right, check us out. Double taps a couple millimeters apart.
Whether it's 45 ACP or 9mm, 3 rounds placed like that equals certain death. There's nothing to critique here. It's clean, clinical, and textbook execution. Grade A.
Good news. We're ahead of schedule. Like jazz?
Sorry, what?
Character accuracy. Could he make the shots he took? In Collateral, we learn that Vincent is a professional assassin who's been in the private sector for 6 years. A strong hint at a prior military or government background, doing the same kind of work but just officially. To make the role believable, Tom Cruise underwent extensive firearms and special forces training with former British SAS operator Mick Gould, who worked closely with Cruise for months, both in the gym and on the range, to capture the precision, aggression, and tactical efficiency you'd expect from someone with a background in special forces experience. From my research, I also discovered that Mick Gould worked with Michael Mann 7 years earlier on Heat, alongside another SAS veteran known by his pen name, Andy McNabb. While planning this episode, I actually reached out to Mick, and we exchanged a few emails, and there was even talk of a possible interview. In his last email to me, he said, "I worked with Tom Cruise every day for months, in the gym and on the range, and I have to say he was an absolute professional and a pleasure to work with." I'd still love to speak with Mick on the record someday, as I think his stories and experiences from the movie industry would be absolutely fascinating for the audiences on this channel. Hopefully he's watching this video right now and will reach back out to me. But I digress. The point is, the character was written to be elite, and the actor definitely put the work in to reflect that. How did that come across? According to the script, in the iconic Yo Homie scene, Vincent is supposed to perform 2 Mozambique drills and fire 5 rounds, with a 6th as that delayed coup de grace, in 1.6 seconds. That speed was designed to showcase his reaction time, his training, and his utter lack of hesitation. Tom Cruise completed the scene in 1.39 seconds, beating the script. The same Tier 1 operator level capability applies to the Club Fever shootout. Watch how Cruise rolls across the floor, engages the Steyr SPP wielding bodyguard, then transitions to those remaining threats. It's fluid, deliberate, and brutally efficient. Practice makes perfect. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Another grade A? No, let's be honest, this is more than that. The Yo Homie scene is one of the best and most emulated drills in all movie firearms history. Grade A+. Overall grade for Vincent's firearm accuracy with the USP 45 in Collateral? Hopefully I am wrong about the earlier F grade, and I'm counting on you guys in the comments to enlighten me if I missed something. But for now, stands at a solid grade B.
That was brilliant.
I do this for a living!
Other movies and TV shows the Firearm has appeared in. Like many of the firearms we feature on this channel, the USP has a deep filmography. Just check out its IMFDB page. The list is long, and obviously I'm going to miss out some of your favourites, so please use the comments to shout them out and tell me why a particular scene or movie stood out to you. I'll be down there with you for the debate. One of the earlier on-screen appearances of the USP, and also my all-time favourite movie. And we see it briefly while Neil McCauley searches for Waingro at the truck stop and during the drive-in theatre scene. Robert De Niro fires it through the windshield of his car at the assassin-wielding Steyr TMP this time. He ditches the USP shortly afterwards and picks up a Sig Sauer P220 for the obligatory Michael Mann Mozambique drill, but that's a story for another episode. To me though, the most memorable USP moment in Heat is the one where the pistol isn't fired at all, and it's that scene in McCauley's apartment where it's gently laid on the table. And that shot was Michael Mann's homage to a painting called Pacific by Canadian artist Alex Colville. Next up, and this one's long overdue, I finally get to cover a Chow Yun-fat movie, and we're talking about his 1998 American debut, The Replacement Killers. I'm still kicking myself for missing the John Woo classics growing up, but since all my spare time now goes into producing these episodes each week, I've decided to watch them all fresh for the first time as they line up with the guns that we cover on the channel. Now, I do wish The Replacement Killers had been directed by John Woo, he was the executive producer, because that would have made for the perfect pairing, but I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunities to talk Woo in the future. We got a lot of guns and a lot of movies still to get through. Keeping up the tempo, we have another film we've already touched on during the Magnum PI episode. Back then, the hero gun was the 9mm Colt Series 70 government model, but this time we're switching sides. In this episode, we're highlighting the USP as the antagonist's weapon of choice. The two bodyguards, Jeffers and Obex, carry the USP as their primary sidearms throughout the movie, and it's featured prominent in several tense sequences. Big shout out again to the viewer who nailed it in the comments and called this movie criminally underrated. I couldn't agree more. So if you've been looking for a sign to watch something new that's flown under the radar, this is the movie for you.
I want this to go down nice and quiet, so put the guns down.
Can't you people see there are guns here? Get the fuck out! Get out!
All right, guys, come on. This is no good. You put the guns down. I'm gonna count to 3, and then I'm gonna... What the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be protecting her.
Oh, fuck. What'd I tell you?
Alright, now we're going to move on and talk about 3 highly requested USP appearances, but unfortunately they're not part of this episode. First up, Tomb Raider. Yes, I absolutely want to feature this movie on the channel. Prime Angelina Jolie, dual-wielding USPs and single-handedly ushering in the era of yoga pants for millions of satisfied viewers. But, and here's the catch, the pistols that she carries are USP match variants, and that model has a unique backstory and deserves its own spotlight, especially with appearances in the Underworld and Blade franchises. So for now, you're going to have to wait. Second up, Blood Diamond. Awesome movie? Absolutely. Do I love nearly every film Leo's in? Also yes. But again, we're looking at a USP compact variant here. Different frame and slide, different style, and like the match, it's got its own lengthy filmography. It also deserves its own dedicated episode. So yeah, more waiting. And last, but definitely not least, the one everybody associates with the USP, Jack Bauer in 24. However, his signature sidearm from season 3 onwards to the end was also a USP compact. But wait, I can redeem this. How about dual-wielded USPs? Yeah? Good. Luckily, the script writes itself, because back in season 1, episode 24, appropriately, we get the climactic shootout with the Drazens. Jack Bauer, 2 full-sized USPs, and a finale worthy to bookend this episode. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please join me in the comments as I read all of them and let me know if there are any movies or movie guns that I've not featured on the channel yet that you think I should cover. And also, can you do me 2 big favors if you like this channel? 1, check you're subscribed and that the bell icon is clicked to alert you for future episodes. And 2, please tell one of your friends about Hollywood guns. It really helps us grow. Once again, I'd like to thank SDI and Guns International for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you next week in another episode of Hollywood Guns.
Hey Max, guy gets on the MTA here in LA and dies. Think anybody will notice?